There's nothing worse than cold tea. Anyway, I did a video last night in between studying for macroeconomics, which 81, because I'm pretty good at that right now. Punishingly hard, but very fair test. And the video was about Xbox One versus PlayStation 4. What to go with in between while I'm waiting and trying to decide what to get. Well, I read over everybody's comments, and first off, I want to thank everybody that took the time to go out and comment. I really do appreciate when somebody watches my video and comments, especially when I'm actually really going through kind of conundrum on what I want to get. So, big shout outs to Andrew Bellina, Chris Horton, Slaughter Cinema 1, TJ Pyramid, Falgar 517, and Robert Harding. To all you guys that commented and some that actually inboxed me and showed me different options and stuff like that, it really helped out. And all great guys, and you should all be on their channels. Now, I thought about it. I was going to get a system from Easyhome. A rental, a lease, a temporary, a not permanent, a for a while, a space holder, so to say. But the more I looked at it, and I did my research, because I'm one of those research guys. My better half can tell you that when I think about something, when I'm going to do something, I on a keyboard for hours, to the point where she gets really annoyed when I like showing her the 10,000th page on specs, and I can see her desperately looking towards the door, hoping that either someone's going to knock on it or she can quickly get a reprieve and jump across and get outside and get into the car before I show her something else on my iPad. Anyway, in between studying for macroeconomics, 81, I researched. And I researched what games I wanted. Now, if you remember my last video, I told you pretty much that I am pretty much the Sony guy when it comes to a lot of stuff out of those two systems. And the thing that was making me go towards the Xbox at the time was a game called Dead Rising 3. Because I had liked Dead Rising. Not so much Dead Rising 2, but I was a fan of Dead Rising. So that was a plus there. And I knew I liked zombie games. I'm a horror fan, and I like horror-oriented games. But something wasn't sitting right. The better system out of the two was the PS4, but it really didn't have any serious games that interested me till at least March of next year, or maybe even April. I couldn't see myself getting a PS4, even if it was only for 2 or 3 months, only to have to go out and buy a PS4 maybe 2 or 3 months after that. After all, I would have spent about $300 that could have been saved in getting it. Right? And what if I didn't like the PS4? What if it wasn't as good as my PS3? Would I then all of a sudden be stuck with the PS4 game that I've bought, or two? And you know, games aren't the cheapest now, so no next-gen game is going to come fairly cheap. So that was the thing. And if I got the Xbox One, and I'm even more unsure about the Xbox One, then I would have had to buy a game for it, at least one game. Knowing me, too, because I kind of go all in when it comes to this stuff. And I usually end up buying like different things to go with it, and Xbox, and then if I had to buy an Xbox Live account for 3 months, that's going to be about $24–25. As you can see, the costs are rising for a temporary system, a placeholder. So I looked at what I wanted. I wanted a next-gen game system that can go alongside my PS3, which I still play a lot. I wanted some cool games with some gaming system with franchises that I liked and that I bought and that I played and had replayability. I wanted a horror game, and more specific, I wanted kind of a zombie-ish game. It's kind of something to have fun with. But I wanted a story game too. So it came to me. And I'm actually pretty happy with my decision. So, Xbox One, PS4. Actually, Wii U. Anybody that's been watching my videos for a while know that I had temporarily had one of the early Wii U's when they originally came out, the 8 GB one. And at the time there was not a lot of games out, though I did have about 10 games for my Wii U that I played consistently. Specifically games like Zombie U, which hands down is probably one of the most underrated horror-oriented games that's come out in the last 5 or 6 years. Let's just say it was way better than Dead Rising 2. And then I thought about some of the franchises that I play a lot. I played Zelda, Mario. I like story-oriented games. I'm a fan of the superhero style games. You know, a lot of the bigger, more complex story games that are are on my PS3. The Last of Us that I still have to play. Grand Theft Auto 5. They're all this gen games. Most of the games I'm excited about right now in PlayStation and Xbox are this gen. They're not any of the next gen games. But when I looked at the 3 systems and I looked at games that I wanted on each of them and was trying to decide, the Wii U had a lot more games that I wanted to play and a lot more games that were out now, not mid next year. By mid next year I can buy a PS4 or a Xbox One, hopefully, but I want a system that I'm going to have fun with when I get it, that I'm going to have fun with when I open it up and turn it on and play it. Not that I'm going to have to wait a few months so that the good games come out. Hey, this is what happened when the Wii U came out after all. You had a couple good games and then you had to wait for more to come out. Well, it's been a year and Nintendo has delivered. And there's a crap load of good games out there. Games that I'm going to be excited to get my hands on, and ones that I had before that I'm going to have and hopefully get my hands on again. So, hopefully, depending on everything, I'm going to be looking towards getting a Wii U. So, yes, there will be an unboxing. More than likely, it's going to be an unboxing of the Wii U, which I'm sure you've seen some of, but hopefully you'll come back and enjoy this one. I'm going to try and get the limited Zelda edition, if possible. That's the one that I'm looking towards right now, because Wind Waker was one of my favorite Zelda games. Everybody has a favorite Zelda game, I'm sure, if you're a gamer. And if you don't, shame on you. So that's my decision. That was, and I got to thank everybody that came in and gave me all the play devil's advocate. And you guys made me know that when I go for a next-gen system, definitely first one I pick up is probably going to be the PS4. And when I get it, hopefully by that time it'll be bundled with some games, like, I don't know, maybe Watch Dogs, Drive Club, some of the ones that aren't coming out right now. And that's where we're at. Thanks to you guys and my obsessive compulsive researching, we've got a decision. And we got cold tea. So guys, I'm off now to cold tea is nasty. Ask the Night of the Creepy Monster Squad. Cold tea is nasty. Thanks for watching, and it's time for tea.